Hi everybody, this is Christine Bertram and I'm coming to you live from the Hive here in Fond du Lac, Wisconsin. And it is Thursday, so that means that not only did you guys get a Technique Thursday from Kelly today, but you also get me live, woohoo, for a card making class. Isn't that exciting? So I'm still amazed that every week that just flies by. And now we are halfway through August. And yesterday was my brother's birthday, so happy birthday, Mike. I know he doesn't watch me, but I thought I'd call out and say, hey, happy birthday. I did remember to send him a card. Yay, good sister. And I did text him on his birthday. So I did two things to make sure that he got a little extra love on his birthday. So let's see, I'm live. I have 6 people. Yay, hi Ellen, hi Julie, woohoo. So what do we have tonight? We have the Simply Elegant card class, and I'm astonished at how many people took this class. It amazes me. I really under forecasted, and I don't generally under forecast by a lot, but I under forecasted by 8 people. So hi Anna Rebedu. So I made extra kits, not just 8, I made 12. So hi Jeannie. So if there's anybody else that is looking or interested in doing this class with me after you get done watching the video and you're like, oh, I wish I would have had those kits to do, reach out to me because I do have 4 extra sets. And so I did that because if I'm making 8, it wasn't much more work to make 12. Hi Angela, hi Randy, hey Faye, hi Pam, hi Latokia, woohoo. Hey, the gang's almost all here. So I have some news for you guys. No, I'm not engaged and I'm not pregnant. Don't worry about that. But I have some news for you. Hi Karen, hi Kay, hi Elaine, hi Sandy. I am actually going to be traveling for work next week. Yes, it just came up in the last 2 days that I'm going to be going to Centerville, Iowa, which is where our distribution center is. And I will be working, picking and packing and helping on the front line, I guess. So, hi Dot, hi Mary Carls. And so what does that mean for us next week? Oh my gosh, you guys, I had to like finagle things around. Hi Gwen. And so, yes, hi Lynn Beasley. So I had to make some changes to the calendar. Hi Ethel, hi Kathy King. So if you guys knew what was going on, hi Lisa, if you knew what was going on, you kind of are watching the schedule, you knew Mystery Night was going to be Monday night. Hi Shannon. And Mystery Card Night got moved to Thursday because Kelly's going to do it. So Kelly's going to do the live on Thursday, and so Mystery Night is not going to be on Monday, it's going to be on Thursday. And what originally was going to be on Thursday is Paper Pumpkin. And so Paper Pumpkin got pushed out a week. And I think Paper Pumpkin now is September 2nd. So that just got pushed out a week. And what that class replaced is the kit class. And so I really hadn't wrapped my head around the kit class yet. Hi, Linda. And so I'm scrapping the kit class for the moment. I have enough irons in the fire with everything else going on. Thanks for sharing, everybody. I see some comments coming through that you guys are sharing. I always appreciate that. That's awesome. And so the kit class is going to be on the back burner. So I was supposed to do kit class in person on Monday the 30th. And hi Patricia, hi Jay, hi Sherry, hi Katie. And so the kit classes are just getting kind of like put by the wayside for the moment. So Paper Pumpkin is now going to be on the 2nd. And then what does that mean for ink, paper, scissors? Oh my gosh, you guys, I have almost 30 people signed up for the ink, paper, scissors online class. I know I've been busy. You're right, Shannon. Hi, Ann. And so ink, paper, scissors is going to get pushed out a week too. I don't want to have Kelly do that class. I want to do that class. I like doing the ink, paper, scissors, and I have the PDF tutorial already to go out to everybody that registered. So if you have registered, I will be sending that out tonight or tomorrow morning and notifying you that I am pushing it from the 25th to September 1st. So it's still going to be a Wednesday. It's just going to be 1 week later. I thought about doing this whole get up and taking it to the hotel room with me. But then I was worried about the internet, and I was worried about, well, what happens when I forget something, and what happens about all the extra stuff about thinking about what to remember. And you guys are, if your heads are spinning with me just thinking about that, my head was spinning even more. Hi, Catherine. Hi, Cheryl from Ohio. Woohoo! So I do have to push the ink, paper, scissors out. So just so you guys, I hope you're okay with that. Just know that the replay is always there. If for some reason that somebody was planning on the 25th and they can't make it now on the 1st, the replay is always there. So yeah, so guys, lots of stuff. You know, my boss said it 5 times in the meeting that he really wanted me to go to Iowa, and when he asked 5 times, I kind of took it seriously. So hi, Wanda from upstate New York. So lots of changes to the schedule, you guys. The main thing that if you're unsure of what is what, a delay is a good idea. Thanks, Latokia. Hi, Carissa. If you guys are ever uncertain about when a class is, even Tyler. Oh, you guys, I have a story for you. Oh. So if you're ever uncertain about when a class is, go to cardsbychrisb.com and go to the events calendar. There's a link for events, and that is the first place that I update. Facebook is second. The paper schedule or the schedule in the newsletter section is always third, because I don't always get to updating that, but I always update the events calendar first. So hi, Julie Frost. Woohoo. Hi, Jill. Greetings from Northeast Ohio. Thanks for sharing. I appreciate it. Hi, Donna from Minnesota. Did you like my Oda? So you guys, so date night is Tuesday nights, right? So I talked to Tyler at 5:15 on Tuesday. I was all done with work, and we made plans for date night. We were going to go canoeing. We were going to take the SS Jimmy. That's what we named our canoe. It's the SS Jimmy. And we were going to go out paddling. And I talked to him 5:15, and I said, I'll be ready for you at 6. I was making a chicken noodle casserole. Guys, I don't cook often, but I had stuff in the fridge that needed to get put together in a casserole. So I told Tyler, I'll make the casserole and I can put it in the oven afterwards. So it gets to be 6:10, and he's not over. And let me sidestep just a second. Diane Bogenhagen and I are doing a joint class. I do the online version for Let's Just Stamp, and she does the in-person. Well, you guys, there's only one night during the week that she could really consistently have a class. What night is that? Tuesday night. And so she's here at 6 o'clock, as well as, hi Jen from Washington, as well Vanessa and Leota and Megan are here for a class. And I'm not out here. I'm doing my thing, making my casserole in the kitchen and getting ready to go paddling. And then it's 6:15, and then I'm like, okay, well, I'm gonna do the laundry. And then it's 6:20, okay, I'm gonna put the dishes away. And all of a sudden it's 6:30, and I'm thinking, well, he must have got stuck at work. And so at 6:30, I'm like, well, screw this. I'm going upstairs and I'm gonna start working in my craft room, and I'm gonna start doing something productive with my time. Besides the laundry's productive and the dishes are productive. Yeah, that's all productive, but that's not fun stuff. So at 6:30, I went upstairs, and it was like 6:50. I finally hear the door open to downstairs, and he walks up to my craft room, and he's like, oh, you are up here. I said, well, yeah, where else am I supposed to be? He's like, well, I thought you were having class. Hi, Dawn. Hi, Deb. And I said, no, we just talked at 5:15, and I said I'll be ready at 6 to go paddling. And I bamboozled him, not intentionally. You guys, this is, oh, I got a bug light playing around. This is Tyler. If he sees cars parked outside, he will drive around in circles, and he will drive around until the last car is gone before he comes in. And I don't know what it is that he gets scared, but he drove around for 50 minutes fuming and upset with me that I was tied up in class. And I was like, wow, I really got him, but not in a good way, because we just lost 50 minutes of doing something, and by that time it was dark, and well, getting dark. So we decided not to go paddling or canoeing. We went for a hike instead. But I taught him a good lesson. I said, you better communicate. If you ever are uncertain, you call, right, guys? So anyways, I hope that you enjoyed my rambling story of what happened on Tuesday night with my trickery date night. So hi, Patty Stebbins. Okay, so Deb Norman, I don't know, you just tuned in. I don't know if you caught the first 5 minutes, but I'm driving to Centerville, Iowa on Monday morning, and I'm going through Dubuque, which is where you live, and I'm gonna pop in and surprise you with a visit. So I hope you're around next week. Hi, Stacy Burns. Okay, you guys, so that was my story in a nutshell. Oh, you know, I can't win with Tyler sometimes. And I think I taught, you know what I did? Oh, the reason I brought this up is because, you know what I did? I went and I brought up my phone and I took him to the Cards by Chris B website and I said, dear, if you're ever uncertain of when I have a class, all you have to do is come to this events calendar and you can be like, oh, she doesn't have a class on Friday. Oh, I should ask her on a date. Or she doesn't have class on Saturday afternoon. Oh, I should ask her on a date. So I was telling him all how he can find open dates on my calendar to ask me on dates. Okay. Oh, you guys. So Deb will be there. Woohoo. Okay, so I'm going to pop in and see you. I might even stay overnight Thursday night if you want a house guest. I thought we could craft together or something. So, okay. All right, you guys. So scavenger hunts. Remember, the scavenger hunts are due August 31st. If you're looking for a copy, it's out on the newsletter section of cardsbychrisb.com. You can find it there. I do have upcoming classes, you guys. I want to show you some upcoming classes so you can see what's in the pipeline. And also, I wanted you guys to know I ordered some extra paper pumpkins because I thought you guys would really like the Hope Box, and some of you don't always sign up. So it's called the Hope Box, and I have 4 of them. So if you're interested, the cost with shipping and tax to me is $24, and then whatever, so if it's porch pickup, it's just $24. But the general cost of mailing this out is $6. So if anybody not local wants it, it would be $30. So sounds like a mystery night date with Deb. Oh yeah, so Deb, I'll be calling you to set this up, but I think what I'm planning to do is instead of leaving Centerville, Iowa Friday morning and driving home, I was thinking about leaving after work on Thursday and stopping by you, and Kelly is gonna be doing mystery night, so she wants you and me to do mystery night together at your house. So that should be fun, right? Okay, so what's coming up though, you guys? All right, are you ready to see some exciting cards? Oh, you guys, Philly says I'm funny. Yeah. Yeah, I try to be funny. What month is the Box of Hope? The Box of Hope is for the month of August. So they just shipped out around the 12th of the month and they arrived yesterday. So if you missed out on the August paper pumpkin and you want the Box of Hope, just reach out to me. Email me, chrismbertram@msn.com, and you'll see that when I flip the camera down. So I want to run through you guys with what I have coming up so you can see what's in the pipeline. And also, did you guys see Kelly's Technique Thursday? I'll show it to you right now. This is what Kelly did. Woohoo! I'm coming next week. Thursday is your birthday. Your birthday is August 26th. That is the day that I'll be there by you, is what I'm thinking, Deb. I don't want to ruin your birthday night, though, if you're going to be with the Hubs or something. Okay, so you guys, this is what Kelly made for Technique Thursday. It's called the Torn Mountain Technique, I think is what she called it. Isn't it super cool? She's got Explore. She's got her big rat's nest down here is what we call that when you wind ribbon up on your fingers. And she's hoping that Tyler is going to give her a gold star. So I'm not going to tell Tyler that, because Tyler, like when people try hard, he wants it to be natural, right? So I'm not telling him, Kelly, that you want a gold star, but that was your goal with this card, was a gold star from Tyler. Your hat is awesome. I love it with the misty moonlight. So pretty. So great job. If you guys want to see how Kelly made this, just watch the Technique Thursday from today. Very, very pretty card. All right, so what's coming up, you guys? Oh, man, what do we got here? We got a lot of stuff going on. So, Deb, you can have my box. I don't need my box. I swap with you if you want. If I'm, especially since I'm coming down to Iowa, I'll bring you my box. Remind me, though. All right, you guys. So this is what I was just talking about, ink, paper, scissors for next week. It's the 25th, but I have to push it to the 1st of September. So anybody who already signed up for this class, your kits are in the mail. My mom took them to the post office today. And so you're getting your goodie bag and your card kits. You'll have it in plenty of time so that you have them in time for class. I do have about 6 more sets if anybody's interested in this class. This one's a nice little fold where it opens like this, and then it's got a double mat on the inside like this. And I've got a different version of the lamb technique. It looks like the lamb technique, but each one of those is actually cut. So I want to show you guys a different way to put the ribbon on the back. So that one's a little different of a fold, and then so is this one. I love this fold, you guys, when this pops up like this and then that pops down. So if you guys are interested in the peach class, it's $25 porch pickup or $30 mailed with the cash option. check, cash, Venmo, PayPal, friends and family, all that good stuff. So I do have some of these left. So if you're interested, reach out. Now, after that, you guys, we've got paper pumpkin class. We've got mystery card night, you know, with my magnifying. Let me grab it so you guys can get inspired by mystery night, which is next week. Ooh, look at the big turtle. Where is he? There, haha. So mystery night's next week. But I just published this, you guys. So I do a game night, and I do an in-person version the night before called Lucky Hand. So Lucky Hand is just, it's a different, it's kind of like bingo, but different. And then the game night is, I call it Lucky Numbers. But you guys, it's gonna be featuring the Turtle Friends stamp set. The punch is still on back order until September 13th, but we can do this class without having the punch, I promise you. So this, I promised you guys a spinner card. Hi, Naughty Nancy. So you are turtly loved, and then there's a bird. Bird is the word. He's like right there. And then, hello, little one. Hi, Holly. Hi, Carmen. So if you want to make this into a baby card, you could. You could make it into a happy birthday card. That happy birthday, that fits in there too. But you guys, everything will come die cut, embossed for you. So your stitched greenery background will be like that. The clouds will be done. You'll have paper for your turtles, and you guys are gonna make another spinner card with me. So that's one of the turtle cards. Thanks for sharing, Sue. Here's another one. Oh my God, I had so much fun making this one. Kelly sent me the idea for putting the get off of there. Putting the turtles on their backs like that and stacking them. And so, cute little card. You are turtly loved as well in there. Little embossing on the inside. So you guys, this is another game night card. Hi, Lori from Lake Elmo, Minnesota. So then there's this card right here with the tag on it with some polka dots embossed on the back and some hearts. You guys, these cards are more kiddish. I get it. And I don't normally do kidsy cards, but there are kids in this world, right? We need to make cards for kids. And you guys are going to laugh at me when I make this card with you live during game night. It's September 9th. You really have to cut his head off, and you have to cut his tail off, and it's like you have to Frankenstein this turtle together. Hi, Nanette, to get him to look like this. And so these are the 4 game night cards. You get a goodie bag with it. Hi, Cindy from Southern Virginia. Hi, Sandy. So you get a goodie bag with it. You guys, I just published this information on my website. If you go to September 9th, you can find all the details. And so you guys RSVP early on this one. I've got Centerville in the middle that I got to figure out how many kits to make. And so Anna's helping me, and Pat's already lined up to start helping too. This one is a little bit later, guys. I have a sale-a-bration celebration, and you earn your spot at this. It's if you place $150 worth of orders with me during sale-a-bration, you're invited. And also, if you sign up to be on my team and you place your first order, or if you're a team member who have 2 people join your team. Game night is for online Shannon. Yep. Hi, Janet. So game night, Shannon, go to cardsbycrispy.com and go to September 9th. And you'll see all the details. So this is my little gift. I call it the little black book, you guys, because it's a little black book. And what you can do is you can decorate it. You'll get everything, although like the cardstock, and you'll get the purple paper, or it'll be pink, or Coastal Cabana, and then you're gonna get yourself a little assortment of this paper. Hi, Jeannie Parker. And you can make it however you want. So there's polka dots, there's the flower pattern. It's part of the beautifully penned sale-a-bration product. Hi, Dorothy from Central Wisconsin. So this one is a sale-a-bration celebration, just so you guys can get excited and earn your spot at it. It's in October. So you've got a ways before this is happening, but it's a free class, and you earn the kit or a spot to come in person by meeting the qualifications. So if you go to October 6th or 9th, you can find the details. Okay, what else? Oh my goodness, you guys. I did show these cards once, but I'm gonna show them again now because I gotcha. Harvest Meadow class is coming up as the bundle class in September. So tonight's bundle class is the Simply Elegant, but this is what you guys can look forward to next month. I picked the Harvest Meadow. I absolutely love that suite. I think it's one of my favorites. And then these are the cards we're going to be making. So this is a this is a class that is in person. It's $15 or free with a $25 order. If you want the kits mailed, it's $20 or free with a $40 order. So if you're placing an order and you use my host code, that's when you can get a class for free. And so these are two more of the cards. I think if I had to pick, I like that one. I like the blues. There's something with the misty moonlight and these cone flowers. So this class is coming up at the end of September, the 29th and the 25th in person, and then Thursday, September 30th is the online version. So pretty, so pretty. Okay, hi Brenda. Okay, that's Harvest Meadow. Now, you guys haven't seen these at all, and I thought about waiting to show you these until when I do ink, paper, scissors next, but we're gonna do it right now. So, the ink, paper, scissors for September, which is Monday, September 27th. You guys, I'm so proud of myself. I'm so far ahead with designing cards. It's crazy. This one is one of my favorites. You guys, it's so pretty. That little owl is part of the Ephraim pack. And so with this, your goodie bag will include it. So you'll get the tag and the owl and you'll get everything to make this. So check this out. It's got a belly band. I've been doing the belly band thing. So there, you guys, I always leave my backs, my insides on the back until after class, and then I glue them in. So you'd open this up and it looks like this. So that one is ink, paper, scissors, okay, for September. Here's another one. It's so much, they're so pretty. So you get this gold ribbon, and it's so pretty. That gold shimmer paper is so lovely and shimmery. It's like Stella on steroids. So that's one of them. And if you guys don't have the Beauty of Tomorrow stamp set, in this case, you just need a sentiment. In this case, you just need a sentiment. In this case, you'll just need a sentiment. And in this case, you could stamp some sort of foliage on the back and a sentiment. But honestly, you guys, you don't even need the stamp set. If you don't want the stamp set, you can still do this class. And this is a die cut from the Ephraim pack. So there's another one. And I use the painted texture embossing folder. So you guys, I just published this class late last night. So it is rocking and rolling, and so you can sign up for it already. I think I like this one a lot. I had to go to not be Mary. This is Rich Razzleberry and Blackberry Bliss. So then I had to pull in cinnamon cider and espresso, and this right here, that is a die cut from the Ephraim pack. So you guys, you'll get that pack. Oh, I lost a little one of these guys. So, and this is that dazzling diamond paper. Isn't that pretty? Oh my goodness, you guys can see the shadow from the sun peeking through my window over here. Yeah, the sun is still shining. And then over here, you've got one of those guys. The cinnamon cider, yeah. You know, I love the owl one too, but there was just so much fun making this little assortment right here. And the bark embossing folder back there. It's so pretty, oh my God. Oh, they're so rich. You're right, Lori. They're so rich looking. What special embossing you created with those cards? What special embossing you created? Hi, Amy from California. Christina, I'm not sure if that was a question or a comment. The embossing I did was dry embossing on this one. And some dry embossing there. That's that time-worn embossing folder. Oh my goodness, it's so cool. So fun stuff, you guys. So ink, paper, scissors. If you guys, Mo was awesome today. I had published about game night, and she's like, you have something written wrong. You should change it. And I'm like, oh, thank you so much. So you guys, if I ever have something that doesn't look quite right, you should let me know so I can fix it. This little guy, I put my owl on here, and he just, his poor little wing gets wrapped around the back. That's how that goes. All right, so that's what I've got for ink, paper, scissors, which is coming up in September. We've got the Harvest Meadow in September. We'll have Turtle and the Turtle Friends for game night. That's September. And then Diane and I are going to be working on the Let's Just Stamp in September, and I have a sale-a-bration celebration in September. So September is going to be a packed full month of stuff. A lot of stuff, a lot of cards. Oh, I was going to flip down here and show you also, I got a lovely card in the mail from Arliss. So Arliss made me a really pretty card thanking me for the summer creative escape. You're so welcome, Arliss. And I really appreciated your love note in here. I love it. So I just wanted to share your card with everybody so you guys can see what she did. She, this is where you don't, so what you do is you don't have this blue layer here, and you stamp this as one piece, and then you like layer, it's so hard to explain this. So this white piece is on top of this white piece, and you stamp it, and then what you do is you insert this mat, and so it just looks like, it's so cool when you add that extra layer there. So that is a nice technique card. That would be a good one. So are you guys ready for Simply Elegant card class? I bet you are. Oh my goodness. Okay, so let's look up what Simply Elegant is. Oh, after class, you guys, we have some things to give away. I've got the August monthly card class to give away. So the kits from last week, or the cards from last week. I had 2 in-person classes, you guys, on Monday, excuse me, and Wednesday. And I had enough orders from both class that I closed those workshops, and I had earned the host set. So I'm going to be giving away a host set, one of those in your words, to somebody who placed an order Monday night and somebody who placed an order Wednesday night. And I promised you guys from last week during the holiday mini catalog on Friday that I was going to give away a set to somebody who commented, and I figured out how we can do that. So we're going to give away 3 stamp sets tonight. Hi, Chris, Premising, and Hilda Nell. Nice. Okay, so I want to do roll call really quick. I got the frog going on, you guys. Okay, so we're doing Simply Elegant. And just a reminder, if anybody wants these kits yet, I still have a few sets, 4 or so, I think 4 or 5. So, Sandy Wicklander, Ellen Brover, Deanne Estelle, Brenda Wood, Kathy King, Angela Knutson, Pam Newhauser, Mary Carls, Faye Godby, Kathy Beck, Angela Orvis, Feline Mays, Barb Barkow, Ann Bellinger, Judy Kruger, Naughty Nancy Stormer, April Drain, Bonnie Gravelin, Pat Kufel-Eben, Mo Stites, Deb Norman, Judy Bobo, Carmen Melendez, Leslie McMinn, Jody Storman, Jeannie Parker, Karen Wetstein, Stacy Burns, Mary Collins, and Lynn Beasley. Woohoo! So many people. I'm so excited. And then on top of it, we had 16 and 9 for in-person people. Like crazy. So what I did is I'm also going to be doing a door prize to somebody who placed an order for this class to get it for free. So we'll be doing some stuff at the end. But let's get the party started, right? Lots of hearts. Yay, you guys are here. Hi, Teresa Carls. Woohoo. Okay, so let's flip down. We don't want that shiny thing right there. So if you guys are ever wondering where to find the suites, very easily at a first glance, you always come to the second page of the catalog, number 3, and you can look and see, oh, Simply Elegant is on page 68. Oh, Deb, you sound like you have your hands full. All right, here we go. Simply Elegant. So what's super confusing about Simply Elegant is that they named the bundle Elegantly Said and the stamp set Elegantly Said. Don't you love when they do that? So the suite is called Simply Elegant, but the bundle's Elegantly Said. And so when I do the suite bundle class, I name it the suite name. So in the suite includes the Elegantly Said bundle, which is the punch, and also, whoa, the stamp set. I had dominoes, the stamp set. And I used almost everything in here. Maybe I didn't use that little different looking thing there, but, and maybe not one of the sentiments, but it includes the stamp set and the punch. And then it also includes the paper, the designer series paper. So I have my little DSP sampler sheet here. So I have 3 of the holiday mini catalog samplers left too that make sheets like this, but out of the new holiday catalog. And the next 3 people that tell me they want it, I would be so happy and ecstatic that I would say I could be done with that one, all behind me. And so I have 3 left of the holiday catalog. But this is for Simply Elegant. And Hilda, now I wish you would have lived closer. We've been doing some in-person classes here for a while now, actually. So Shannon doesn't have it yet. So after tonight, Shannon, you're going to have to make a decision if you want this or not, because I think after you see the cards, you might want it. So this is one of my favorite designer papers here, the whole annual catalog, and you'll see it because I used it on one of the cards. But what goes with this suite is basic black, basic gray, vanilla, copper, gold, and also white. I noticed what they didn't do is list white in any of these the designer papers. So the other thing that goes with this one is this cording. It's not cording, it's trim, but it's like cording. So back in the day, I'd have to say many moons ago, I was talking to Marty Gellings about it last night, that she remembers this. I do too, you guys. I have some of this stuff, probably from 15 years ago. Stampin' Up! Sold it. It's wiry stuff. It's really hard to make bows. It's pretty, it's shimmery and shiny, but you really got to get your bow made tight, and you have to put a glue dot on it right away so it doesn't come apart. But it's great to add as an accent on cards. And so the trim comes with a silver and a gold. And you guys, this is all the gold that this girl has left right now. And I think I forgot to order more. So I think I need to add that to my next order. I have silver left, but not any more gold. So we used the gold on twice on one card, a bow and a piece. So that's what's in the suite. And so when it comes to the annual catalog suites, there's usually only a bundle, a paper, and then something else. And so that's what's in this bundle suite. Okay, so we're gonna get to town here, guys. Let's see what we got. We're gonna pull the cards in really quick to show you what they look like. They're oh so elegant, is what everybody was saying. Very, very pretty. Hi, Kay Warren. Hi, Bonnie L'Esperance. So these are what we're going to be making tonight. And they're just, I know the plastic envelope is making them look really shiny, but they're really shiny too otherwise. So we're going to do a little heat embossing. We're going to be using Stays-On ink on this one because of the little vellum. We're going to be coloring on our stamps with markers, something that we don't usually do. Hi, Patricia. So where do we want to start? Oh my gosh, where do we want to start? I think we will start with this one and get warmed up. I think this one's probably the easiest if I had to guess. So let's grab our kits. So with you guys joining me at home making the cards with me, in your kit, you should have a piece of basic black. It's 8.5 by 5.5. Congratulations to Ann Bellinger. She was our lucky winner of getting this bundle at half off, which was only like 20-some dollars, like $23 maybe. So, Ann, it went in the mail yesterday. You should have it hopefully by tomorrow would be my guess, or potentially Saturday. Thanks for sharing, Victoria White. Okay, so you have your piece of basic black. You can take your bone folder and burnish it. Then you have two pieces that are the same size. They're your traditional mats, 4 by 5.25. Okay, we are going to be stamping them basically identical. We have this, I was calling it a big squirrely thing or squiggly thing up in the corner, and then the straight one on the bottom here. And you do that on the inside and then that mat. So we're going to be doing that. Oh, you're very welcome again. And then you have your designer paper. So the one piece here, I like this. These leaves on here is so pretty. Yes, Shannon, I have some kits left for the class I'm doing now. Send me an email or message me like you normally do in my Facebook, and we'll connect. I do have 4 sets left. Okay, and so then that will mat on here, and then this one can mat on here, so we'll be that. You guys also in your kit, you're going to have the little Bosie. This is the gray granite shimmer ribbon. And this came out of the annual catalog. It's really pretty, delicate, soft ribbon. It's a little thicker, so you gotta maneuver your bows while you make them. So that's in your kit as well. And then, you guys, this is what I do for ribbon. I take a little piece of tape and I secure the end with that, so then it doesn't all come unraveled on me, okay? Then in your kit, you also have 2 tags. So I've already punched these out for you. The vanilla tag, and then you have a basic gray tag, and we're gonna have to take our scissors and cut that in half, okay? And then you'll also have in your kit some embellishments, and your embellishments are these guys. So these are the silver and clear epoxy essentials, and I believe I gave everybody circles, and you should have 3 circles in your kit. You could have potentially gotten diamonds, or there's also teardrops in here, but I'm pretty sure I gave everybody circles. So you should have 3 of those lingering around in your kit as well. So what you need for ink is you need the basic gray ink, which I'm going to pull that here. And if you wanted to use Memento or like a black here, you could, or you could do everything in gray. To make this thank you stand out, I think I'm gonna use the memento and then use gray for everything else. So what you need from the stamp set is gonna be that large squiggly thing, and you're gonna need this frilly little line thing, whatever that is. Okay, and then I'm gonna make mine into a thank you card so that this could be a nice little prize for somebody for commenting on the video. So I'm gonna grab a piece of paper. Now these are red rubber stamps. You can see that they have foam, so I'm not gonna bring out my piercing mat or any extra foam to support the stamp. I'm gonna basically stamp right onto my tabletop here. And I'm gonna do the little squiggly corner things first. And so grab your basic gray, and so this is a big enough stamp that you could do the holding the ink pad and inking it up. And when you do that, then you don't risk getting ink all over the block. So get that inked up good. And then that's gonna go in the top right corner. Now, I'm gonna give it a second to make sure that the ink hits the paper and leaves a good lasting impression. So you're gonna stamp that right in the corner like that. So same thing's gonna happen on this piece. So as long as you have this ready, let's go ahead and do that. And this is gonna just provide a little background. Let's see, you guys can see it there, a little background. And we're gonna give that a second, you guys. The one thing I always try to teach people is let that stamp hit the paper so that ink really can leave a lasting impression. So I'm gonna be using the same exact stamp elsewhere on another card, so I'm just gonna set that off to the side. And I have here, I'm gonna do this. I don't have really big papers around here. I'd have to get up to get them. I mean, I do have them around here, just not like in arm's distance here. So this is a long stamp, you guys. So I didn't want to get ink all over my countertop. So we're just going to stamp that along the bottom. Okay, so what that's doing is creating a little line. And then we're going to do the same thing on this one so that I don't get ink all over. Try to get as straight as you can. That's always a good thing. But a little wiggle room with this one. So then you have your bottom. All right, I don't think that this one gets used in any other one, so I am gonna stamp off and grab my chamois. You guys, it's always good to keep things clean as you go. I like to get this side dirty. Okay, so I think that one's good to go. And a sentiment. So I wanna do thank you, and I'm gonna do it in the memento just because it'll stand out a little bit more. So grab your black pad, and you can use regular water-based ink on this one. I always like to practice just to see how it inks up and how it stamps. And that can go right in the middle of our tag. Okay? Did you see I let it sit there for a second? And it was good. Okay, so we might use thank you again, but hi, April. All right, so I think we have all the stamping done, so let's go ahead and get glue. I call it glue happy, guys. So there's a lot of space in here that you could write a little love note. And what I've been trying to practice with you guys is, you know, as long as you have your liquid glue open, let's get things glued so that you're not always opening and shutting your liquid glue. So the main thing is to not get it, you know, like your papers in it. So we're gonna get things glued, like ready here. Be careful, make sure you glue the right side of your designer paper. If you'd rather see one of these other sides up, you definitely can switch it around. But I liked the gray, the more basic gray shining through. So that goes there. This one goes on that. We did find in class last night that somebody's mat, this black mat, was short. It must have been the end of one. So if anybody ever is off pieces and you can't make it work at home, you just got to reach out to me so that I can make it right. Yeah, you're right. The stamps are very delicate looking. So that goes in there. So look at that. We were able to glue, 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 and then place, place, place. Okay, so then now this one, we can put some adhesive on the back of that, and we'll flip these guys over because we're gonna talk about them in a second. So let's get our basic gray mat on here, making sure that you put that line at the bottom if you want it to look like mine. So that goes there. Then this guy, he should fit right about there, and this one should fit right about there. So I do have this one glued down, and then I have this one popped up. So this is a good time to pull out your black dimensionals and use them so that you can't see white peeking out through. So grab those, and then we're gonna do some liquid glue on this one. You guys, think about this layout. If you have two awesome complementary designer papers, put one going horizontal and put one going vertical, so that, and then just put some sort of a layer right there, and it just makes for a really pretty card. You could also emboss the background instead of stamping on it if you like. So this goes something like that. Now I can make sure one side's flush, and then I can always trim off the other side if I need to. So grab your paper scissors, and you could always take this and open it up if you need to. There was just a little schnibble that could come off there. Hi, Jean Maxwell. And then you can take this one and pop that up. It's kind of centered top to bottom with the same distance around the left-hand side. Okay, so now our tag. Don't be afraid to cut them. So you can use a paper trimmer or you can use a scissors. It really doesn't matter, but you're gonna take that and cut your tag in half. And then once it's cut in half, you can put a little on the bottom and a little on the top, and it makes it look like your tag is elongated. And so I'm gonna put a little bit of glue here, here, maybe right there. Okay, and then move him. Pick that up, and so you can make sure that your sides are flush. And then you can have as much or as little of the basic gray showing as you like. And then this guy, same thing. Make sure you're flush on the left and the right, and try to have the same amount of gray showing on the bottom as you have on the top. So you can wiggle it because you got the glue. You can bring it back and forth. Now, for adhering this, I don't know if you guys can see it. Probably not so much, but I actually have a black dimensional and a white dimensional. So I have a double stack on this side, and I have a single stack on that side. And what does that mean? We're not talking about Oreo cookies. So this is already stacked up once. And so on the left-hand side of the label or the tag, I'm gonna put a single stack. And then the other side, if I do a single stack, then it's gonna be kind of curved. So I'm gonna make a double stack here. Okay, so that's what I mean by a double stack and a single stack. You really could do a triple stack if you wanted, but this little guy up here is gonna be hitting this. So I think I might put one of these right in the middle there too. That can help. So Hildenell, I'm watching along with you, and I am golden. I'm not having any problems with freezing. So I'm so sorry that it's intermittent for you. This is gonna go right on here. I've kind of got the knobs. I was calling these in class knobs last night. And so there is where your knobs are gonna go. It's right hitting over that DSP. Oreo's your favorite. I do like Oreo cookies. I don't like chocolate very much, but I do like the Oreo cookie. So then with your circles here, I've got one here centered in your knob, and then I got one little dude here, and then I found one of these to put the other one in. So that one is too up and down, so I'm gonna pick this one because it's right in the middle of that circle-y thing. And so you can put your embellishments on, and then last but certainly not least is a bow. And so the bowsy is gonna go right there, and you're gonna grab your glue dots to make that happen. So you're gonna put a glue dot right where the bow is. So there's a front and a back to a bow. I try to make the fronts to be nice and smooth, and then the back is where the knot is. So put that knot down. And now, Brenda says, what? No chocolate? Yeah, you guys, I can live without chocolate. The only chocolate that I really like is white chocolate. And white chocolate's not even chocolate. But I do like, so Kathy King knows I like the Reese's Peanut Butter Cups. So I do like chocolate, but there was some white chocolate Reese's Peanut Butter Cups. Oh my goodness, they're good. White chocolate Kit Kats are amazing. Did you see what I just did? I showed my tails who's boss. I stuck glue dots underneath them, and now I've got this perfectly aligned little bow. And then I can, Cindy could live without chocolate too. I love it. So here's where I'm gonna snip my ends. Now that I have my tails exactly how I want them, I always trim my tails at an angle just to give them a clean, polished look. And there you go, guys. We've got our first card, one done here. Look at that. Didn't I tell you we were going to start off with an easy card? Yes, there's just something about white chocolate that is oh so good. So, one done. Okay, and that was an easy one. I hope that you guys like that little warm-up card. Hi, Judy Bobo, stopping in and catching the replay later. Mary doesn't like chocolate, and you can live without it too. Wonderful. Okay, so that one's, we're going to set him over there. And what are we going to do next? Let's all go to A and W. Let's do this one next. Okay, so you guys on this one, I had to pull in. My behind would love it if I lived without chocolate. Yes, Jill. Oh, my butt would be very happy if I wouldn't have sweets either. My mom makes such good stuff. She makes the best cookies. She makes the best fudgy bars. She makes the best of everything. And my butt would be so much better without all that good stuff, but I appreciate that she brings me good stuff to eat. Oh, man. Why do I have so many in here? Interesting. I don't know why I cut. Well, you guys, that's crazy. I didn't mean to have that many in there. Okay, so we've got some extra silver cording here. All right, let's put this away. So this is the card we're going to be working on next. You guys, you're going to get your pieces, and you're going to be like, what did she do? She cut all my stuff apart, all weird. Barb Collins cut these for me, you guys. So Barb Collins has a round of applause. Thank you for helping me with this one. It started off as a quarter sheet of gray, and we used the scalloped contour dies. And what we did is we die cut the one, and then she die cut the other right out of the middle. So when I designed this card, I had paper conservation mode in my head. And that's cool because what happens is this layers on here, this layers on there, and then you guys have a vanilla that fits right on top. Now you have another vanilla in your kit that is like a scrap like this. That's for you to do your flower. And then you have another vanilla piece here, and that is for, what is that for? I don't think that's for anything. Nope, because we stamp on our inside. I have no idea. We're gonna set that off to the side. Okay, so you guys have your vanilla card base, and then you also have 20 inches of silver cording, which you're going to take and cut it in half, like that. Okay, so that's set. It's 20 inches. Instead of having Mom cut you guys 2 10-inch pieces, she just cut a 20-inch piece, and you guys can cut it in half. So you'll need that for wrapping that around here. Okay, so first things first, let's get our base, which is the 5.5 by 8.5, and it's scored at 4 1/4. And you just take that and fold it, line up your corners, and then burnish your edges. Hi, Carol. Okay, that easy part is done. So you guys are also going to have to poke your little bits and parts out here. So that's one thing that my helpers, I tell them that they don't need to do that. That everybody can do that on their own, including myself. I didn't even poke these out when I originally die cut this kit. I thought, I'll do it in class with you guys. Hi, Cindy Dotson. Okay, so we're gonna pick out all these little half moons or these half circles. So one of the tips that I guess I could tell you when you poke, if you poke this, sometimes it'll pop out And sometimes it stays attached. Like, can you see that that's attached right there yet? And you gotta pick it off. Don't hurt yourself. But what I do, I stick my finger back here, and then as I poke, it puts pressure from behind, so that my finger catches it, where if sometimes you go like that, it stays connected, but if your finger's there, it kind of catches your finger. So that's just a little trick. Now, when I said don't hurt yourself, if you're aggressively poking and you flip off the edge and you hit your hand, you might pierce your skin, and that's not good. We don't need blood drawn in stamping, because then it gets all on your cardstock, and then you have blood, and that's not good. Then you have to throw it away. So first, what we're doing is poking out all those little pieces with a little pokey tool that you have. And I'm gonna get rid of these guys and put them in the garbage. Okay, so that's ready. So we are going to work on our stamping first. And so one of the sentiments that's in here is true love stories last forever, and it's got a happy anniversary in here. Now, it doesn't have happy wedding day, and this would be a really pretty wedding card, but whoever gets this from me can use it as a wedding or an anniversary card, because I want to stay in the family of the stamps that are in the set. Yes, this scallop die, you guys, okay, I have to go get it because you said some things. So hang on, Laura. Hang on. I was really, really sad when they retired the stitched shapes dies. I was like, what am I gonna use in place of it? You guys, if you've been watching me since June, you've probably seen that I've used these dies a time or two, or 10 or 30, I don't remember, but a lot. They're called the scalloped contour dies. And what we did is this, you can see there's still gray in there. This got die cut, and then this one, you could do them both at the same time even. It doesn't hurt to run these both at the same time. I would put a little tape if you want so it doesn't like wiggle around, but these both got ran at the same time. And what happened is it left this, and then this was the inside piece. And so you can use both of those for layering. Super, super cool. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of the scalloped outlines, this really cool scallopy, and then these two are actually, they go with the stamps that are in actually there's a bundle with this. So these are in my top 5 for dies that I love in the new annual catalog. Okay, scalloped contour dies. Okay, so we're gonna do a little stamping. So we don't do this very often in class, but we're gonna do it tonight. So there's a flower in the stamp set, and you could stamp this flower and make it all one color, like we're gonna do in this next card here. This one stamps the flower all together in one same fall swoop, but it looks so pretty, all colored with different colors. And you can do that by using water-based markers, not alcohol-based. So Stampin' Up! Sells both. They have water-based, which are like ink pads, water-based ink pads, or they have the alcohol. The alcohol will stain your stamp. So you don't want to use your alcohol markers on this. And what I do first is I start with the yellow, and I do the lightest color first. And you gotta kind of work fast, rapido, fast. And you're coloring. So there's yellow, and then there's green, and you want to be delicate with your tips of your markers. They will get demolished if you color hard surfaces a lot with them. So then we're going to take, this is Rich Razzleberry, which is really pretty too. I think I might have done that one in Blackberry Bliss, but Rich Razzleberry is really pretty too. And so you guys, if you have a stamp that is all different sorts of things with colors, take your markers and color them all with their individual little sections. Now, the thing is that this ink eventually dries, right? Like it's because it's water-based, it'll evaporate. So you can go back and touch up, but this is what I call the Hufferpuff. You guys, I just huffed on it. I really did. You heard me do it. And what that does is it rehydrates the ink on the stamp, and so it kind of moistens it again. And so it gives it a really kind of watery color, washy look. Okay, so I'm giving it a second here to hang out and marinate on my paper. But then that's what happens, is you end up with a stamped image with all the different colors that you wanted. Now, for you guys in class, you have your little scrap to do that, but then you also have an innard to do. And so we're gonna stamp our sentiment first. So I like to do the sentiment first in case I mess it up. Then I can flip the card around and reverse it. And I probably could have done this before I did my flower, but so here is our happy anniversary. It's our anniversary. I'm gonna practice to see how it looks. And then I'm gonna stamp that here. So when I do vanilla or white bases, I generally don't put an inside mat in. I know that some do, and that's everybody's personal preference. I feel like it's light enough that you can see what you're stamping. So if you're not happy with the way you stamp this, you still have the opportunity, so I'm going kind of crooked. You have the opportunity to go like this, and now you can go, now let's see here. I got some sort of something right there. Oh, it's gone now, look at that. Okay, so I'm gonna bring up the right side a little bit, and we're gonna try it one more time. Now, did you see what I did? I gave myself a second opportunity to stamp my sentiment. And now it's a little bit more straight. So had I stamped my flower first, then you would have seen that ridge if you would have done that. But by doing the sentiment, get your sentiment straight, and then usually a focal image, it doesn't really matter. I love it, Brenda. I want some popcorn. So Tyler and I are going to Door County this weekend, and we already talked about what's on our list to bring along, and popcorn is a list. It's on our list. It's definitely a must. Okay, so we're gonna do the same thing with the flower now, and we're gonna put it on the inside because it's nice to have that matching focal image on the inside. So you can tell here, I don't know if you can see it, but the more that you use you probably can't even see that. The more that you use the marker tip, the more that it gets frayed on the end. So the bumblebee saw a lot of love this last week with in-person classes. But the other two markers here are standing the test of time here. So we're gonna do a little bit more greenery on the leaves, and now go right towards. So you guys, what I did is I started with the lightest color first because I didn't wanna risk getting the darker color ink in that marker. And the raspberry was the most amount to do. So I thought, well, I saved that for last. So we'll see here. So the main thing is just to not go too slow so that it dries up on you. Okay, do your Hufflepuffin. You guys, it's a good thing you couldn't see that, but you definitely could hear the breathing, that heavy breathing. Oh, the heavy breathing. Oh yeah, it's attractive. Okay, so we're stamping a flower in here. So as that's sitting on here, I'm gonna take my paper scissors, or my paper snips. Oh, you guys, I know that you hate the fussy cutting. Well, I would have to say 95% of people don't like fussy cutting. That's my general synopsis. But I don't mind it. It just, I don't know. It just takes a little time. So I'm just keeping myself a little border around the edge. There are not dies. If you guys caught this, it's a bundle, but the bundle includes the tag, the elegant tag punch. It does not include, yes, there is. There definitely is, Laura. So you just asked if there's something to use to remove a blip of ink, which you saw me just do. I kind of pulled it out to do it. And there's also something for glue. Oh my goodness, definitely. I'll get you, there's an adhesive eraser and there's an ink eraser. Stampin' Up! Doesn't sell either one of them at the moment, so I get them off of Amazon. The ink eraser, it's like $3 or $4, and then the adhesive is somewhere, you can get it at the dollar store or you can get it off of Amazon for like $3. Yes, Elaine, you are one of the people that come to mind where you don't mind fussy cutting. But otherwise, most people that I encounter do not enjoy the fussy cutting. I've often heard that you're supposed to move the scissors. No, you keep the scissors straight and you move the paper. So that's how I would fussy cut that. You just got to get around the edges. So Laura, you asked about the adhesive eraser. That's this little thing right here. It's this rubbery little square of weirdness. And if you get glue, you just take this and it gets the glue off. And then the other thing is the ink eraser. So it's called a sand eraser. And let's get that off of there now. And it like little smudges. I don't know, like it just kind of can clean up your card. So you guys probably can't even see this, but there's a little baby spot of ink right there. And you just run it over that and it kind of takes the top off. You can't do too much because it will take the layer of the paper off, but it's called a sand eraser. I have a commitment and we'll watch the replay. Bye, Kathy King. We'll see you later, sweetheart. Okay. So now we've got everything done except for stamping, except for our little rectangle here. So that's where the true love stories last forever needs to go. Oh, Angela did her fussy cutting while she was, oh, very nice. While I was showing stuff earlier. Good girl. Okay, so our true love stories, test it out, see how it looks. Make sure our ink is good too, our inky dinky do. We're going to put that towards the bottom right-hand side. Give it a second to let the ink connect to the paper. Voila. Okay, let's shut the ink up before we get our fingers in it. Mary Carl's, I have sand erasers actually. I buy them off of Amazon and I sell them for like basically whatever they cost. And so help me remember that you want an ink eraser. And I'll write it right here so that, because I can get one for you the next time you need some card kits sent to you. I'll just include one. It's like $3. And you can get them on Amazon. Yep, you are so correct. Whichever you want to do is more than okay with me. And we're going to clean this one right away because I don't think we're going to use that again. We're going to clean this one so that he's all ready to go. We're going to stamp him off just to get a little ink off of there. So one of the things I try to always do is stamp off a couple times before I go into my chamois. You're very welcome, Mary. All right, so let's get glue happy. Okay, so I need to re-burnish this because I flipped it the other way. Now this is how I would put this together, guys. I've got a little method to my madness, and I don't like getting glue all over the place. Do you see my little penguins here? He's watching and hanging out right in front of me. All right. Hi, Mo. Okay, so I'm going to prep this with dimensionals, and I'm doing the entire frame. What was the glue remover, Connie is asking? It is called, if you go to Amazon and you Google, you ask the Google, wait, you go to Amazon and you type in the search bar, you type in adhesive eraser. It'll come up with that. I know they have 5 of them for $10 or 5 of them for something. I know that Naughty Nancy has found them at the dollar store as well. So you could always search your local dollar store to see if they have them for $1. That's always a good deal. But it's called adhesive eraser. Those frames. Are you talking about this frame right here, Laura? Oh, you do need these frames. Yes, you do. Absolutely. You will love them. They're so amazing. So what I'm doing is prepping the frame here, and it's going to go right on the front of our card base. Just get it lined up as good as you can. Okay, so then what I'm going to do, because this is going to go over the top, I don't want a saggy middle. So what I'm going to do is put a few more dimensionals right in the middle. When you get to the end of this, guys, use it up. Don't be frugal about that. Just get it used up. And then, so that's going to be the middle part. And then what I'm doing is I'm going to put some adhesive around the edge. So that'll get my sides to stick down. Yep, it works. I'm pretty sure it works. So then this goes right in the center. Now, you could have adhered the designer paper to that frame, but you might have risked getting glue all over. So I thought that was easier to do it like that. Now, you can choose to pop this up or leave it flat, but what we need to do first is get this glued onto here, and we gotta tie a ribbon around, and our cording, whatever it's called. Okay, so that's gonna go on here. You guys see how I just kind of slap it down here, and then I can take my time and maneuver it where it needs to go. Then grab your cord, and we've already cut it in half. This is where it would be really good to have the buddy scissors buddy system or your tweezers, but I don't have a buddy here with me, and my reverse tweezers is, I have no idea where. So we're gonna make it work. So I took both at the same time, and I've got it on the second hump, after the second hump, and you're gonna just take both ends, and you're making a knot, that's all you're doing. So you just have to be good. Like, this wire stuff just likes to come apart. It's not wire, it's cording. So it's just, I don't know. It just doesn't like to stay knotted very good. So I'm gonna knot that, and then I think what I'm gonna do, just so it stays put, I would recommend putting a glue dot in there. So grab your pokey tool and grab yourself a glue dot. And we're gonna put a glue dot right underneath where the knot is. And it's gotta get off the pokey tool though. So let's get off of there. Now, squish it down good. And now it should stay. So something just happened though. I don't know if you guys saw. I think I got adhesive right there. So now this is where the adhesive, oh, that was adhesive. So the adhesive eraser just took that right off. Okay, and now I've got that glue dot underneath there. So it's kind of holding this so it doesn't come apart. Then we can flip this over, and if you don't want to pop it up more, you don't have to, but I like to pop like Pringles. Okay, so we're gonna put one over here, one over here. How is that popcorn, Brenda? I bet you're not saving any for me. Okay, and then that goes right there. Okay, see, we're using up the ends of our dimensionals. Do not throw them away. Okay, so then this will go over the top of that. I don't know, Jeannie, are you calling Brenda out? All right, that's gonna go there. And then we're gonna trim him a little bit like that. Brenda's enjoying her popcorn, that's good. And then our flower is over here. Hello, Alice from Indiana. So you can see the difference. This one's a little darker, this one's a little lighter. They both look really nice. And all I did with this one is put a little adhesive behind that. And then that's gonna hang off the edge like this. And diamonds are forever, ever. You guys all got some diamonds in there. Yes, the embossing buddy also would help to erase any sort of adhesive-y glue. So bring your pokey tool out. I like to use the pokey tool for adding the diamonds. And we're gonna put one there. Now, I don't know if I have any large ones left. I gave out a lot of large ones in class, and I might not have any large ones left. So we're just gonna put some small ones on there. So, Becky needs to get these dies. Yes, you do. So pretty. Oh man. So, you guys in class, I gave you 3 different diamonds. I think potentially all 3 different sizes, I'm hoping. Otherwise, I might have given you 2 small and 1 big. Hi, Marcia. Okay, so there you go. We've got card number 2 under our belts. And it is another pretty one. So elegant with the silver. Okay. Yes, Stacy, the gray paper is basic gray. So definitely basic gray. Smoky slate. Here's a difference I can show you. So if you're wondering what smoky slate, so this is basic gray is on the right. Sorry, basic gray is on the left and smoky slate is on the right. So that's the difference. Brenda, you don't have to share your popcorn with your sister. It's okay. There you go. So 2 done. Woohoo! Okay, I'm saving my favorite one for last, I think. So we're gonna do this one next, right here. So this was the first card I made with this set. I totally, you're very welcome, Stacy. I totally cased a different card that had this exact kind of layout with the designer paper and ribbon, and then I did the tag punch coming out this way. So we're gonna do this one next, and pull out your kits if you're doing class with me, and your kit's gonna have a whole bunch of gray and black in it again. Oh yeah. These would be great, like 50th birthday party cards. Yes, lots of gray and black going on here. Okay, so in your kit, you guys will have, oh, hi Susan Reed. So basic black, 8.5 by 5.5, scored at 4 1/4. My tried and true card base, you guys. All right, burnish your edges. Now, you guys started off with 2 pieces that are basically the same. They were 4 by 5 1/4. But if you've gotten the macrame embossing folder, which is what this folder, this is what it does. So cool. It shrinks the paper slightly. So do you guys see that? It shrunk it. It's like when it takes it in the embossing folder, it kind of like shrinks it together. So you're gonna have to do a little bit of cutting with this, but it's okay. Oh, you're getting together tomorrow to put them together. That's awesome. So you guys, we are gonna, and this is embossed with silver. So we're gonna, let's just, we can get glue happy for a second. So in your kits, you also have then 2 pieces of designer paper that will layer on top of each other. And then you have your sacrificial lamb. I call this the sacrificial lamb because it doesn't have any purpose except for to help the ribbon on top of it look better. So if you would just put this ribbon like that, you see the gray through it. I know probably the shimmery is like making it, oh, you can see the lines through there. But when you put this black on here, yes, you want your, yeah, you have to cut this slightly larger. You sure do, Laura. That is a good, yeah, that's, I figured that out too. So then when you put this on here, you can see that it just makes it pop more, right? You see just black through there versus, let's show you here what the difference is side by side here. Can you see the difference? Like how you see the DSP through there. So that's what that little strip's purpose is. Now you guys have 10 inches of trim. This is another one where I told my mom, cut 10 inches and then everybody can cut the sections that they need. So you'll need about a 6-inch section and then the rest goes for tying this on the knob here. So anytime you have a sheer ribbon Anna, I always put the sacrificial lamb underneath it just to make it pop. Okay, so let's get a little glue happy. I'm gonna put this one on and then we're gonna put this one on. So I'm gonna prep both of these at the same time. So there and there. So then this one, whoa, just don't want them running into each other. This one gets layered on top of here. So I always try to get one side flush. So my goal is to have the top flush because when you're looking at a card, you're generally looking at it from the top and then down and you don't necessarily care about the bottom so much. So I always get my top as flush as I can. And then we're gonna put this guy, same thing, get the top flush. And then with the glue, you've got the little wiggle room. Wiggle, 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 just a little bit. Okay, so you got your top flush. Don't worry about the bottom. Even if they're off kilter a little bit, you're okay. Then this is gonna get adhered onto here. Now, I have 2 comments. Where you put it, I don't know if I have 2 comments or if I just have 1. I think for a second I thought I had 2 thoughts. So this right here, I don't know exactly where I want to put this because it depends on this. And this started off, for everybody's kit, it started off as a rectangle, just like this. But I wanted to teach you guys and show you how you can use these tag punches, or punches just ever so slightly different. So you can see that this would have made a rounded end if I would have just put this in like that. It would have cut it just like the tag, like the other card. Well, I didn't want that. I wanted to show you that there's a way to enhance or like elongate tags. So you have to, so somebody asked, well, how wide did you cut this? Well, you know what I did? Where did I put my ruler? Right here. I grabbed my ruler and I measured this and I thought, okay, it's 1 3/4 inch. Well, if you make your paper 1 3/4 inch, you're gonna have the hardest time wedging it in there. So it's gotta be a hair smaller than the width of the punch. And then that allows you to wiggle it in there a little bit. And so what I do is I go up to where I can't see, and I know in the camera here it looks black, but there's a little bit you can see. And so I push it up a little bit, and then I kind of wiggle it until I get, oh, okay, it looks good right about there. And then now you've just created a tag where it's 90 degrees on the ends, and you have this as a really cool tag topper punch. And I just basically took off so just a little bit of a hair at the top here. So I wanted to show you guys the process of how I did all those for you guys. And so now that that's ready, I want to line this up here, and I'm going to glue this strip in line with my knob. But now look at this. So you guys are going to, those of you who have kits with me, you're going to have to finagle a little bit. If I did it like this, you wouldn't see any gray on the side. So I think I'm going to end up cutting a little bit off my right-hand side so that I can bring this over to see some of the gray, because I like to see the gray here, okay? So basically, things to keep in mind when you're assembling your card. So knowing that, I'm going to put this adhesive back here. Oh man, we're covering up the leaves. I'm sad. Okay, sad for a little bit. Okay, so that goes there. And thanks, Anne. Then that can go here. So again, I kept my top flush, so my top is nice and smooth. And then you can see I've got that overhang right there, on which that's okay, you guys. I'd rather have it hanging over than hanging under or underhanging, because now what I can do is take my scissors and snip it off and make it flush. And I like to do that at the bottom of the card versus the top of the card, because when you hold a card, you see the top and you like the top to be nice and flush, and then the bottom can be whatever. Okay, so now when you come here, I want, because you can see that little bit, that knot is on the knob part. So now when you put this on here, you've got a little bit of overhang over here. So before I adhere it, I'm just gonna flip it over and hold it as good as I can with my hand and use my scissors to just nip it off, using this gray piece as a guide, so that if you're not good at cutting, I would definitely just pull out your trimmers and figure out how much you need to cut off and cut it off instead of using the scissors. But that's how I did it. You could look, it looks nice and flush and straight. Okay, think of this layout with all the different papers you guys have and different stamps, because it's just a really easy, cool layout. So next, you want to cut yourself the ribbon that you need. So we're going to trim it right there. And you're going to need to save the rest of this for your, I was going to say tying it on your knob, but that sounded really bad. And they were making fun of me in class last night because I kept saying about 6 inches. I don't know where their minds were last night. Naughty Nancy, you weren't even here. And they were really being naughty. Okay, so I think it was maybe just the group that was here. They were definitely entertaining. So, oops, that all came off. So I'm putting my tear and tape on the back so that I can make my tear and tape sandwich on the back. So this, now I'm gonna flip. So I cut this strip of paper at 3/8 inch, or it might be just slightly hair over, but it's okay. If any little bit hangs over, you don't even really see it. So there's the first part, and then grab your tear and tape again, and we're gonna put that over the top. Yeah, really 6 inches, exactly. I gotta tell my mom that story. She'd laugh. Okay, so then the rest of this, I'm going to use my liquid glue. And because this is the macrame folder, you guys, I'm going to glue it good because otherwise it could get bumbly. Trust me. All right. And then that's going to go onto our card base like that. All right, you guys, it's taking shape. Yeah, Elaine, it was a good class. You would have loved it last night. Okay, what's next? Okay, our inside, I don't know. What are we going to do here? Wishing you a wonderful birthday. Let's just make this a birthday card. That sounds good to me. So this right here, we need to do some heat embossing. How many of you have heat embossed and how many of you haven't? Give me hearts if you've done it and give me likes if you haven't. I'm curious to see how many people need to learn how to do this. So you can see it's silver. When you have black cardstock, you need something that will show off on black cardstock. That's where embossing comes in handy. So we need to get silver embossing powder. I always put a little, oh, we got hearts. We have people that have, okay, perfect. A lot of you have done this. Yay, yay. A couple, okay. Wow, awesome. So so this is like an old hat for some of you, but I want to show, there's a few people that have never done this. I keep my embossing powders in a Rubbermaid or a Tupperware. I found myself these little spoons that help me pick up. I try to keep the jar shut. So dryer sheets work good. If you rub like a dryer sheet over the top, it helps with the static electricity. I have something called an embossing buddy, which is what they used to sell. I have no idea where I put it right now. So we're just going to use a paper towel. So what happens is this embossing powder sticks to things. And so we don't want it to stick where we're not stamping. So they have a Versamark. Can you do the Joseph coat? Oh, I have to Google what the Joseph coat is. I thought that was like paper. I thought the Joseph coat technique was using strips of paper and making a really colorful card with like a Joseph's coat. I'll have to look it up. Versamark pad is a pigment pad. It's a gooey pad. And so when you ink up, you can't really see where it is because it's clear. So you're kind of guessing. And you don't want to get like what this halo is around the edge. So when you ink up, don't press very hard. I mean, press hard enough that it's going to let the ink settle. So I'm just hanging out here for a second. I'm not putting really hard pressure, but I'm putting even pressure so that my sentiment adheres onto the black. And then I cover this up. And then because I have this big Tupperware, it allows me to be messy by like pouring it in here. And then when I put the jar down, I shake my hand, I really do. And it should stick wherever the sentiment is. So you can see it says wishing you a wonderful birthday. If you happen to get any elsewhere, like I used a paper towel, I should have used a body or a dryer sheet. But if you get some on there, just know you can always take a paintbrush and kind of pick some of that off. I like to cover this right away. If I needed to, like after class, what I do is I can go like this and I can scoop it and put it back in, and that works. But otherwise I just keep it right in here. I don't even know where the cover to this container is. So that's how that goes. And I get myself a clothespin to help me hold this so I don't burn my fingies. And then there's something called a heat tool. This is what got me stamping 21 years ago. This is called like heat embossing. And so I'm gonna run this and I'm gonna try to get it in the light or the camera so that you guys can see. Well, that's really shiny. Let's move that. So I'm gonna hopefully get this, so you can see it's silvery, but what happens is it turns into this little waxy silvery. So embossing powder is teeny tiny pieces of plastic pellets, and you get them hot enough and they melt. You guys see that? Did you see that? Was that cool? I think I got that captured really good. Where do I get those little spoons, Jeannie Parker asks. I got them at a craft store, probably a long time ago. but I bet you could find them on Amazon. I think you can find almost everything on Amazon these days. So you could look up on Amazon little craft spoons or something along those lines, and I bet you could find them. They're like, if I had to guess, they're like a little baby teaspoon, like a eighth, what is that? Maybe like a half of a teaspoon? So you could look for measuring spoons, like little miniature measuring spoons. Yes, so I know this heat embossing, I just love watching the transformation of it melting. And I don't know if you guys, I think that you saw, like I tried to go from one side to the other, and that's generally what I do. I don't wave my heat gun over, I just concentrate on one, and then I just move over to the other side. Oh, so now our tag is there. So what I'm gonna do is I'm going to prep. Oh, the Luann Johnson said that the Dollar Tree has a little pack of little jelly spoons, Jeannie. So you should go there and check them out. So Amazon or the dollar store. Some ice cream shops have the little spoons too, yes. So I'm gonna put a little glue dot right where my fake bow is gonna go, I guess. So that's gonna help hold it down. A party shop with spoons, yep. Okay, lots of ideas, Jeannie. So then what this is gonna do is, you're gonna tie this around. So, hey, look at that, using the pokey tool to poke that in there instead of my nails. Now, because I have that little glue dot there, I'm going to just do the once. I'm not going to actually tie another knot because I think it will make it bulkier. So that little glue dot's gonna hold that really good, just like that. And we're gonna use dimensionals, the rest of these guys, and then I can be so excited that I threw away another sheet, you guys. I think this happened last week too. Fun stuff. Boom, boom, look at that. Okay, I think I have another one right here, ready to go. So we're gonna put a couple of these little guys right there. The question is, I think I wanna put one right there. So we're gonna take a halfer. Hi, Karen Wolf. Hi, Mary Jo. Okay, so that's gonna go right there. And pick off your backs, and we're gonna place this on the front of the card. Again, you guys, now that we're into card number 3, I know Shannon wants a set of these kits. I still think I have 3 more in case anybody wants a set of the kits. You get all the paper products and all the embellishments and all the ribbon in your kit. Okay, so that goes there. Now, a wise lady, Jennifer Merle Hampshire, once told me that she doesn't use her ribbon scissors to cut ribbon that has metal flakes in it because it actually would dull your ribbon scissors. And I thought, wow, that was ingenious that she told me that, because up until then, I was using my ribbon scissors even to cut this kind of ribbon. But she made me see the light, and so I think I'm gonna use my paper scissors to cut this ribbon and just hope that it works really good. And it does, so all good in the hood. All right. Then we have, for an embellishment for tonight on this card, the little metallic pearls. They come in silver and gold, and we use the silver ones. Oh, Lori said she uses the silver baby spoon from when she was a baby. I love it. That is an awesome little treasure to have. So grab your pokey tool, and we're gonna put one there and one here. You guys should have 3 of them in your kit. And we're gonna put one up there. So I did the 3. If you guys have more of those at home and you wanna add more to your card, you definitely can do that. So we're gonna do that. That's it, you guys. We got this one done. Card number 3 done. Very simple, elegant layout, but just, it wasn't crazy. I don't think, oh, we're not done. We have to do our inside yet. Hold up, hold the phone. So we're gonna do our little squiggly guy here and do that in the top corner. Hi, Crystal McBride. Tell your mom her catalog's hanging under the counter in the mudroom. I just called her last week. So yes, Marcia, I do have a few sets of this left. We can connect. Send me an email and we'll figure it all out. Chris M. Bertram at msn.com. you don't have to order it through my website if you don't want to. I do take like PayPal, friends and family, Zelle, Venmo. Checks are even good, you guys. I get lots of checks. Checks are good. Checks work. Cash is king. All right. So, oh my gosh, that's going to be so pretty. What did I do? Wishing you a... Okay. So, what blew my mind is that there wasn't a happy birthday in here. So, it has sentiments. All the things you do are simply amazing. Life has changed for you, but my love and support never will. So, lots of pretty sentiments. So, what I'm going to do is leave this blank. And so, whoever gets this card as their gift for me, for commenting, they can stamp that in their inside, and they're just going to stamp it really good on the first try, and it'll all be good. Laura likes checks. Yeah, you guys, it never ceases to amaze me that the amount of checks that I do get from people for card classes versus going. So what's great about having my website is it allows you guys to search my website, find the classes that are coming up. You can see the cards, but then I still get people like they will send a check in the mail, and that works for me. Checks are good as long as there's money in the account, right? So there we go. Now we can say we have our third card done. Very, very pretty. You guys, if you don't like, I know a lot of you said that you like the black and the gray, but just find two pretty DSPs that kind of coordinate, and then pull in a card mat here to emboss. Put a little something over here, and you call it good. You guys, nice, easy layout for this one as well. Okay, 3 done. 1 more to go. And I would say that this one's my favorite because I love the copper foil in here. Oh, yeah, you guys, the credit card scams have been going around like crazy. I was just reading Laura's comment that she was hacked too many times. You know, and what's so funny, it's like the last 3 months have been crazy with people and worldwide issues with credit cards. Look at that. Isn't that gorgeous? So it's copper foil in there with silver as well. And so we've got the squiggly thing on the side. What I love about this is this piece of paper, the designer, is 3 by 4. So you get 12 mats of that out of a 12 by 12 sheet. And then underneath here is the flower. And so you've got this vellum over the top, and I use StazOn. So whenever you stamp on vellum, you can't use a water-based ink. It will smear. It's not porous like cardstock. It's more shiny, shimmery sheer. And so you need to have a permanent ink on there. So that's where we're going to pull in the StazOn. Now, did I clean that? It's always the million-dollar question. Is it clean? All right. Or as Urkel would say, did I do that? Do you guys remember Urkel? Oh, I think that might have just dated me a little too. Okay, we're going to do a thank you card for this one as well. Thank you is not here. Thank you is over here. And it's, I think it's dirty. Oh, Karen said all the cards hit it out of the park. I love it. I'm so glad you like them. Okay, so last but not least, you guys, in your kits, there's not a lot of pieces in this one. It feels kind of weird. You have your card base, which is your basic gray, 8.5 by 5.5, scored at 4 1/4, and burnish that. Hi, Donna, joining late. Better late than never. That's what they say. All right, so you have a piece of vanilla, at 4 by 5 1/4, and that will go on your inside. I do, Carol Lee. I have kits left. I'm not sure how many now, but I'm pretty sure I only saw 2 people or talked to 2 people throughout the live. And so I should have 4, potentially 5 left. So you guys, in your kits, you'll have a piece of gold cording. What you need to do is it gets folded in half, and then the tails get tucked behind, and you have a bow. I chose to make my bow in front of you for this one. All right, so we have to do a little stamping, but on this one, this is 3 by 4, so then our mat is 3 1/4 by 4 1/4. Let's get glue happy and glue that down. Yes, you got it, Lori. Thanks for posting my email address for, I don't remember who was looking, maybe Shannon was looking, somebody was looking for it. I appreciate you helping me out and sending that. Okay. It's also right here, Chris M. Bertram at msn.com. Okay, so that's going to go here. And we can, I don't know if I have Marsha, we'll see. Like, well, because I know I only had 4, and I think Carol Lee just said she wants 1. So you guys, we'll work on it. We'll figure out. I think I have 4 or 5. So we'll see if I can make sure I get everybody happy. Okay, bow makers. You guys. Oh yeah, cardsbycrispy.com is the website. You got that right. Okay, grab your bow makers. I mean, well, you don't have to, because all the kits came with the bows made. But if you're making cards with me at home without your bows, grab your bow maker. It definitely helps. And let's see here. We're going to make that one, and it's a double bow. So I'm going to go around twice and cross our ends. One goes up and over, and then bring it under, and we tie a knot. And you have to make sure you get this really tight, because this cording is very wiry. Stacy, my girl is making more glue stands. Yes, I don't know when I will have them. I will ask. Let's see here. You guys, I got paper here. Glue stands for Stacy. We're gonna check, and I'll let you know. Okay, so we got our bow made. Nice, very nice. And we're gonna do some stamping now. We're gonna do our squiggly, and that's on the top and the bottom here. And we're ink up the basic gray. Now, if you guys don't have basic gray, smoky slate could have been used interchangeable with it as well. So we're gonna ink that up and put that right here. And then we're gonna flip it. What's a glue stand? Hang on, let me go get one so you can see it. So we have these things which fit our glue, because I always use the fine tip of the glue. I don't think I ever use this side. I actually dislike this side. I don't know why. I just never use it. It puts too much glue out. But the way that the glue is designed is that it's designed to stand on that end, so that the glue is always right there ready to use, which is completely opposite of how I want to use it. So these stands were made to hold our glue like that. And these are $5. They're different colors. Oh, nope, I sold the rest of them at the Summer Creative Escape. So I had purple and blue. I'll have to get some more. But in the interim, what my gal I helped to design with the Naughty Nancy came to class with this monstrosity of a thing. And I saw it and I'm like, oh man, I need this. And so I had her design this for me, guys. And she's in the process of making me 20 of them. And it holds your tear-in tape. It holds 4 sheets of dimensionals. It holds 3 scissors, glue, paper, ribbon. It holds my Stella. It holds 2 pens, or a pen and a pencil. It holds my take your pick tool, my bone folder. It holds my adhesive eraser, my ink eraser, my mini glue dots, and my mini glue. And I put it in an order of, I'm a right-handed person, so it's made for me I grab my scissors and my glue the most. And so this says, Be Happy Stampers. I don't know if you guys can see that. So that's my team name. So I'm working on getting some Be Happy Stamper ones made up, and I'm getting ones that say, Be Creative. So when I have them, hi Joanna, when I have them ready and a little stock pile of them, I will be announcing it and advertising it to you guys so that they'll be for sale. They are. I'm going to be selling them. So, like, honestly, you guys, I have this sitting here and I don't have stuff falling all over. I used to try to fit everything in this little jar, and like that was not good. It was a hot little mess of a lot of stuff in there. So now I have this thing and it's all right there, and I absolutely love it. Shannon wants one. So you guys, I will have, so you guys, you got to keep watching and following me, and they will be available for sale when I get my first batch of inventory. So I'm going to be selling them for $25. This little guy goes for $5, so he's $5. And with this whole thing, I have it with how much it costs, and then the markup, I have to mark it up just a little bit because I got transportation, all that kind of stuff involved. So I have this one at 25. So it's a lot more material, and yeah. So, and the engraving on there. So if you're on my team, you're gonna have the opportunity to get Be Happy stampers with the little B on it. And if you're not on my team, it's gonna say Be Creative. And so, yeah, so this one's $5 and this one's 25, but it is a block, you guys. It is this massive, there's a lot of material that goes into making that. So I thought and I hoped that 25 was okay. So, hi Penny. So you guys, I'm not keeping track of who's saying they want one or, you know, all that good stuff, because I don't even have them yet. And what I'm going to do is, I'll tell you, if you follow me on Facebook, if you watch my lives, if you get my emails, you'll see and hear when I have it available, and that's when I will start taking orders for it, and then I can ship them to anybody that isn't local to me as well. So, so yes, just stay tuned. It takes 2 days to make one of them, and yeah, so, and I have like 20 of them coming, so it's going to take about a month and a half to get them. So just hang tight. You guys, it beats your Kleenex box, right, Mary Carls? Oh my gosh, yeah. So just hang tight. If you guys want one, just know that they're coming, and they're all going to be that platinum gray, which it's like a nice neutral color. Oh my gosh, you guys, look. It's like the basic gray is what they are. So, like, they're called gunmetal silver is the color. So, okay, well, that was exciting. Yay. I've had it here for about 2 weeks. I got the prototype right here. So, okay, so we don't need basic gray for anything else. And so we can set this off to the side, and we are going to stamp our Cajun Craze next. So for this one, I use, you guys wouldn't think it, but it's Cajun Craze, a nice fall color, goes with our copper leaves. Hi, Lisa Opperman. Hi, Mary Hornicke. Okay, so for this one, you're gonna have to grab your flower, and you can either do first or second strength of your flower. And we're gonna do second or first on this one. So our little flower is just hanging out on our vanilla tag. No worries, Mary, you're catching the last card, my favorite one. So that's gonna be here, and then what happens is our frosty goes over the top. Now, if you're like, oh, that's really dark, okay, you have the opportunity to, hi Kathy Groves, I have a surprise in the mail for you. It left today. Thank you for your order. I sent you a card class as a thank you for your order. So one of the things that you guys do to get a class for free, if you use my host code, it helps to get a class for free because you can pick out one of my upcoming classes. Not every class that I offer can be gotten free with an order, but if you place an order and it's over the minimum amount, which is usually about $40, then you, as long as you use the host code, you can pick out an upcoming class. And so Kathy, not to call Kathy out, but Kathy placed an order with me and it didn't have the host code, which is okay. And so what I can do is I can call Stampin' Up! And have them add the host code. But what they started to do last week is they started to put a restriction on that I can only do that up to 10 times in a month. So it makes so much more sense if you guys can add the host code up front, because then it allows you to pick out whatever class you want. So Kathy, what I did for you as a thank you, because I was able to call Stampin' Up! And they were able to add a host code, what I did is I sent you a past class, Beauty of the Earth, which is a phenomenal class. I'll be sending you the PDF tutorial for thank you for your order, and then the card kits left today. My mom dropped them off at the post office box today. And so, surprise, I'm sending that to you. And just remember, if you guys use a host code on your order up front, then you can pick out a class that's coming up in the future that is a class you can get for free with an order. So there you go, Kathy. Just thought I'd ruin the surprise by telling you and everybody. So, okay, I was working on my second strength down here. So look at this. So that's second strength and then first. And you're gonna, I think you guys are gonna want it at second strength. The host code, Laura. So Laura, you guys, I'll show you guys really quick. Your phone's dying, but this is really important business. So if you go to, everything's on my website. If you go to cardsbychrisb.com and you go down, like I'm in my events, I'm in Lucky Hand right now. Wherever you find this picture of myself on the website, my host code is always right there, underneath that picture. You can get it by going to my events. You can get it by going to my story, the blog. You can get it by like clicking on any of those. It's always underneath, and on a phone, a computer, it's on the right-hand side. But you guys, if you can add that host code, it's always there and it's always current. If you can add that before you place your order, then you can pick out whatever class, a free class that I'm offering. It's usually the bundle class, like this one could have been a free one. The monthly class is a free one, but like game night isn't, and ink, paper, scissors is a class you can't get for free. Those are fee-based because they include product. Okay. You can use it every time. Yeah, so that host code, I changed that. Once I close the workshop, I add a new host code. Every order you place, you should use the host code unless your order, and this is something that Jean Maxwell asked about last week. If your order is, hi Carla from Kentucky, if your order is over $150, then you should take the host credit. As long as you have me linked as your demonstrator, so it says that you're shopping with me, that it links it to me that I get credit for your order, I'll still give you the free class. But if it's over $150, you guys should get take the host credit, have it shipped to you, and take advantage of that. Because at $150, you guys get $15 of host credit, which is super cool. So I'm looking for a Stays-On ink pad. So you guys, Stays-On ink is a permanent. So I have my Versamark, I have my Memento. You need to use a Stays-On pad right there. And I think it's on the table. Just give me, guys, 10 seconds. I'll look for it. Oh, it's right where all my ink pads are. Nice. Okay, so Stays-On is jet black. Okay, this is the one, you guys. You gotta smell it because it smells like almond extract. It smells so good. Okay, so this vellum piece is super duper hard to see no matter what surface you put it on. And so we're gonna make this, we're gonna make it a really pretty thank you card. This could be a wedding card. So when you use the Stays-On, you guys, you get one shot at this, like one shot in the night here. And so ink up really good, and you don't wanna get a halo, so it's just, don't squish too hard. Like you gotta look to see where your tag is, and then just kind of believe in yourself and give yourself a pat on the back when you get it good. So, Kathy, I hope I answered that question. Can you use it every time? You use it every time your order is under 150. If it's over 150, just make sure I'm your demonstrator. And then all you guys have to do is follow up with me. If you send me an email after your order, just say, hey, can I get this class for free? Do you still have space? Is this a class I can get? Then I always tell you yes or no. Usually it's yes. So there you guys go. There's our thank you. Okay, cover it up right away. And Diane, I took your advice. I put a little glue dot because there's a little piece of plastic in there. And so I put a glue dot, so now it stays together. The thing is, when you guys use Stays-On, you have to use a Stays-On remover. So Stampin' Up! Sells that as well. And what you do is put that on here, and you guys, I don't care. I go right to my chamois with it. It's not like it's gonna stain it any worse than it's already stained. So that cleans it off. Otherwise, it wouldn't clean the ink off of the stamp. So it would stay black. Okay, so now you can shut that up. And I think, oh man, we forgot to stamp our inside. So let's do that really quick. Yes, Brenda, you are a good one. You just placed an order too. Thank you, by the way. Thumbs up. I have you signed up for the September monthly class with your order. Thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you for using the host code. That was awesome sauce. Okay, stamp off. And now I think we're good with our inks. And now we can get assembly happy. So glue this, and I think we have dimensionals that go for the other two things. So make sure you get it facing the right way. Oh, Jewel likes the smell of the Stays-On too. I love almond extract, and that's exactly what it smells like. Hi, Kathy Jackson from my old Wisconsin. I just said better late than never, so it's good to have you here, girl. Okay, grab your tear and tape. Yeah, that whole dot with the glue dot in here, Faye, Well, see, that's exactly what it is. That little cover, and there's a glue dot there. And you got to make sure it sticks on there. And then it doesn't flop around on you every time like you guys just saw happen. Okay, so what we're doing is we're going to put tear and tape on the back here. And we're going to, you can either cut this in half or just fold it in half. Either way, it doesn't matter. What we're trying to do is we're getting this attached. I have a slammer. It tastes like almond extract or angel food cake. It's a shot of amaretto and 7-Up. So I love amaretto and 7-Up just as a drink. Like you just put amaretto with ice and add 7-Up. It is amazing. And but what do? It says you put a napkin over it, slam it on the table, and drink it while it's foaming. Oh, that sounds amazing. I think I would like that. I used to be scared of the smell, but it says. Oh, Jewel says to try a dimensional in there. That might help too. Okay, so you guys, I'm just getting my gold cording lined up on here. And now, thanks for sharing the video, Kathy. I appreciate it. Then I'm not going to peel this off though, guys. I'm using this now like double-sided tape. So, I'm sorry, single-sided tape. Because what I want to do is I want to pop this up. And if I pop this up, then this area is going to want to stick flat, and so I'm not going to be taking that off right there. I'm gonna get that full of dimensionals, and thanks for sharing, Deb. This can come off. So Deb, we'll have to talk tomorrow when it comes time to figure out next week. So your birthday is actually August 26th. Do you have plans for your birthday, and will they include me? Oh, that's funny. Okay, so this is going right here. And then how I attached these two together, grab a glue dot, and in this case, I'm just gonna pick it off. I'm putting that right where the bow is going to be so you don't see it. Normally with vellum, you have to be very careful where you put adhesive because you can see it through the vellum. So I'm putting that right there. And we're going to use some dimensionals. Cover that flower up, nobody needs to see it. Now, the one thing I did do is I kind of wove, okay, so this goes over the top and then these little guys kind of hang out underneath it, okay? That's how I did that. And it's more to the right and something like that. I got it up a hair high, so I'm gonna move it down. Okay, now I got it crooked. You guys, as long as you haven't pushed your dimensionals down, you should be good. Now, go like that, and it'll be nice and flat. Or, like, stuck, I should say. All right. Grab another glue dot. Oh, Barbara likes my instructions. You're very welcome. You guys haven't figured it out. I'm a very detailed person. So, we're going to put... Now, this one, you can't really work your tails with glue dots. Like, you just... When I'm holding my knot in the glue dot, and then... Oh my gosh, we're going to dinner. Okay, I love it. I love it. Oh my God. So exciting. So I'm gonna have to skedaddle out of Centerville by like, I think I have to work until 4:30 would be my guess. And I don't know how far you are from Centerville, but I'll get my butt up there. And then I hope you're okay if I stay overnight. I'll bring a sleeping bag if I need to. Okay, so that's gonna go here. And then the last thing that's in your kit, you guys, that got kits for me is da-da-da! Gilded gems. And I think I didn't put a small one in. I either put a larger or a medium one in your kits. And that little guy goes up on the knob. Okay, so done with that. So I only did one. And that goes right there. So you guys, we use silver, we use gold, and we use copper high faline. And isn't it pretty? Doesn't that make you like smile, make you happy, all that shimmery? Oh my gosh, it makes me happy. Okay, so let's pull in. We got all 4 cards done. Now, let's pull them in and tell me which one's your favorite, because everybody said, not everybody, but a lot of people said every one of them was their favorite. Happy wedding anniversary, Feline. 6 years is awesome. And family dinner night. I love it. Okay. Oh, Kathy got her demonstrator kit today. One of the things she picked out was the penguin stamp set. It is a fun stamp set. It sure is. Okay, you guys, I'm trying to hold these and read comments at the same time. So, Tell me. I know, it's like, I don't know. I think I still like that one. Where did you put that? Yup, on the knob. Yep. Oh, you guys, look at, there's my little pengy. So Kathy Jackson, you punch out the little penguin with the black, and then that weird white thing, that other is the white for his body. So, all right, you guys love them all. I love it. So, lots of good variations, like with like layouts, you guys. I think that these cards are reproducible and duplicatable, and yeah, I love that one too, Ellen. It's so awesome. So it's so hard to pick one, but just, I hope that even if you guys didn't get this kit from me or the class from me, just looking at the different layouts, how you can envision using some of the stamps, inks, and paper that you guys have at home, that you could make cards that are very similar. So you guys are liking the true love stories too. Oh my gosh. 3 hours, and so we'll have to go out for dessert when you get there. Yes. And then we'll have breakfast. How about that? Okay. All right. So did you guys enjoy that? That was the Simply Elegant card class. Lots of grays and blacks and ivory, or I should say vanilla. So I had fun making them. I got to the what was the last card I made? This one was the last card I made. And I had looked at a different card layout that I liked that had the DSP cut like that. And so that's where I got my inspiration for that one. And so that one took a little bit more of my creative juices. So, oh my gosh, Ellen, you finished all 4 cards during class. Yay! That's awesome. So Kathy, I have to check if I have any kits left, because during class, I think I had at least 4 or 5 people mention throughout that they were interested, and that's about how many I have left. So I will add your name here to my list, and I know that I asked those people that were interested to email me already. So when I have a chance, I'll go look through my email. I will have to tell you that Tyler and I are going to the grocery store right after this, and we're buying some groceries for the weekend because we're going up north. We're going to Door County, so it's not way up north. We're just going 2 hours to visit a friend for the weekend and spend some time up at his cabin. And so we're getting the groceries, the chicken salad, the string cheese, beer, the necessities. And so I might not get back to you guys like instantly, but by tomorrow I will get in touch with you to figure out who all wanted them. So, oh yeah, so Faye said that she loved all, they were gorgeous. So you guys, what do we have to do? We are going to announce who the winners of these cards are, and we're going to do some random number generators to figure out who wins these 3 stamp sets I have. You guys, I can't use all these stamp sets. They're all the same. And I get them when you have a workshop that's $300 or more. So in class on Monday night, it was over $300 for all the class orders. And then on Wednesday night, it also was over $300. So I want to give away 1 person for each class, 1 of these sets. And then we talked about doing a random winner for the holiday mini catalog. And I'm figuring out how we're going to do that, because I talked about running my finger through the comments and randomly picking somebody. So I think that's what we're going to do. Okay, so drum roll. Okay, so let's do the winner chicken dinners for for my girls in Michigan. Where did I just put the other card? Hang on. I lost a card. Let's see where it went. Maybe you guys can help me find it. It's the one from last week, and it had the spinner. So it was, it's gotta be around here somewhere. Not here. Oh, here it is. Oh my gosh, how did it make it way over here? Okay, so we have these, yep, 3 cards. Okay, da-da-da! Okay, winner, chicken dinner of the spinner card. If you guys wanna see how to make these, we did these last week, Thursday. Linda had fun, yay! Cherries, berries on a cloud here. Your friendship to scale. Brenda says winner, chicken dinner is Diane Christopherson. You are the lucky winner of the spinner card. Congratulations. Da-da-da. Winner, chicken dinner of this one is Millie Kindle. M-I-L-L-I-E. Kindle as in the tablet like reader thing. Millie Kindle. Oh, you got this one. It's so pretty with the evergreen and the rich raspberry. Da-da-da. My card that got an award from Tyler goes to Chris Niebum. I think that when I saw your comment and it said you were from Iowa, and Yay, if you're from Iowa, I'm going there next week. I have no idea where you live, but if you're near Centerville, I'd hook up with you too, in a good way, in a card making way. Okay, so you guys, I need addresses for Chris, Millie, and Diane, you guys, to get your card sent to you. Okay, so let's do, so we had the Simply Elegant class last night, and I had, let's see here, I think I had 5 left. That's what my note is. I'm pretty sure it's 5. It might be 4. But we had 9 people, 10, 11, 12, 13. 13 people ordered to get this class for free. So let's go to A&W, where the ice cream's as good as the root beer, and pick our number. So I think I just said 13. So 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So in random number generator, the lucky winner chicken dinner is number 13, Cheryl Taylor. Woohoo, Cheryl. So you are the lucky winner for this stamp set. Now, this was the holiday mini catalog in person. So holiday mini catalog, we had 8 people that ordered. Let me just double check here because I think it goes 7, and then I had Saturday class makes it 8. Okay, so we'll do 8 people, and winner chicken dinner, number 5. Number 5 is over here, Dawn Reeder. Woohoo, Dawn Reeder, you are the lucky winner of this one. Okay, so that's those 2. In your words, you guys, so I thought about this, how we're gonna do this. I talked about, okay, you guys can still see me here, I think. This is my tablet that you guys usually see me on. And I think, oh man, what's gonna happen if I get out of here though? Oh, I don't know if I can do it this way. Oh, dang it. So I don't wanna lose you guys, but what happens if okay, I don't know if I can do this. I was going to go into Facebook on here, and then I was going to scroll through the comments. I think I might lose you if I do that. We're not going to do that. Oh, we're gonna figure this out. So if you guys are ever uncertain on where to find my videos, I go in my phone in Facebook, and I go to the videos. And so I have to go find the holiday mini catalog, which is right here, and now the comments are going to appear. So in my tablet, I could just go back and forth and see the comments. You guys are, hopefully this is entertaining to you. So, okay, so what's happening though is in my phone, it's only portraying the comments, and I tested this earlier, it's only portraying the comments from that period of time. So like right now we're at a minute or an hour 12, and now it's only letting me flip back and forth. How should I do this, you guys? I don't know what to do for doing the drawing. I was afraid I'm gonna lose you guys if I move out of my Switcher Studio. So, things that make you go, So, I'm not quite sure. Live on chat, they should come back. Hit live chat, they should come back. So Shannon, when you say hit live chat, do you mean, so if I'm in the video here, that goes that way, overview, oh, you're more like this, comments are right here, but it doesn't let me flip. We're in my tablet, it was letting me flip. How do I want to do this, you guys? I need help. The struggle is real right now. I think there is a random comment generator app is what Luann. So, you guys, I was watching Dawn Griffith. She showed up in my news feed. She was doing a live, and it was showing her, literally, when I pulled it up, she was scrolling through. And so, that's how I got the idea from her to do a live giveaway like this. So what Luann for the video, no, Angela, it's for the video from the holiday mini catalog. So I was trying to scroll through all the comments like a spinner wheel, and then just boop, put my finger on one without looking and see who got it. And so so I'm afraid that if I leave Switcher Studio app, you guys are gonna be gone, and I don't know if I want to do that on my tablet. So so Luann is saying that it's can you fast forward to the end and then flip through them all? That's what I tried to do, Carissa. So I'm in here. I'll flip down. You guys can see. So I'm fast forward like to the end here, and I'm at the end, and it only goes back to a certain period of time. So it goes from 2 hours and 7 seconds, and then it goes to 2 hours, and that only lets me do that window of time. So it would only put the drawing in for those people that are right there, and not everybody. So, the things that make you go, just let me win, says Karen. Hi, Karen. How are you doing, girlfriend? Oh, guys. Okay, so I got to think about this one a little bit more, because it's going to be based on those people that commented during. And Luann, I'm going to take your advice, and I'm going to look to see if I can find this a random comment app thing. And I have an old tablet in my house, like from 2015. It's like 6 years old, but it still works. I don't ever use it. And what I might try to do, I will do just pick me, Janet says. At the bottom, it has live chat. Hit it and see, lets you scroll again. So Shannon says at the bottom, it has a live chat. So at the bottom, it has a live chat. You guys, we might figure this out. Just if you want to hang tight for a second, your reply is more like this. Write a comment. And so I'm going to flip down. I got itchy ear here. Hit and lets you scroll again. Hit it and see if it lets you scroll again. So I'm going to flip you guys down. So I'm in the video, and it has here comments. And Mary Carl's like the deer and the Dahlia one, and Carmen like the deer one. So this is letting me go back. So I'm not sure, Shannon, where, hi, Deb Norman says, pick me, pick me, pick me. I love it. I'm seeing your comments up here on my other screen, so I can stay tuned with you guys. Hi, Cheryl. I don't know where you're seeing. So Shannon, you said it has a live chat. Oh, I just liked it. Haha. Or there was a heart that came through. Overview. Your, I don't know. Write a comment. I want to be able to go swiping through the entire universe here to get everybody a chance, and it won't. I don't know if it will. So you guys, what I'm going to do, so I don't keep you lingering and waiting, I'm going to figure it out, and we're going to go back to this video, and at some point I will, before I leave for Centerville, I will go on for a quick little live, and I'll have it all figured out by then, and we'll do that. We'll get it figured out, and we'll announce who the winner is. How does that sound? We're keeping it real, guys. Okay, so I think that's it. Did I forget anything? I always got to know if I forgot anything, and you guys help me remember if I forget anything. It's right before your replies. It's right before your replies. Okay, we're gonna try one more time, Shannon. I'm gonna look for that right before your replies. You guys, this is really, it takes an army to raise a village. Is that right? Or it takes, a lot of people. All right, so sorry for like all the phone stuff. I just thought it would work. So you said here, I'm reading your comment, maybe use fast forward and randomly pick a section of the video and someone from that spot. You guys, would you be okay with that? Do you want to know a winner right now, and then I don't have to do a separate one? I can randomly go through that, like, you know what, that doesn't make like bad sense. That makes good sense, because that's still random, right? So, okay, give me some thumbs ups and hearts. You guys are like 10 seconds behind me, because what I will do is I will randomly go to some part, I'll put the video down, I'll go to some part of the video, and I'm just gonna pick somebody, and it's just gonna be random. And that's part of doing the random generator, right? So if you guys are good with that, I'm gonna flip the cam. It must work only while you're still live, not on past videos. Okay, all right. I think that they are telling you what you see on the live video. Whatever I decide, I like it, Deb. I want to do it right now, because then I don't have to think about another moment of responsibility as long as I can pick Jules' name. So you guys, I'm trying this the best that I can. So So I'm going to randomly pick, like right here, and we're going to go like that. Karen Carsey, that's who my finger went right on Karen's name. That's what it was. So, all right. So Karen, I know who you are. If you want the stamp set, it's yours. And if you don't, because you already own it, and you want me to pay it forward to somebody else, we'll do this again at another day and time. So that was a lot of work, you guys. If somebody wants to investigate that for me and fill me in on how to do that, I would do that more often if the struggle wasn't so real. So Karen Carstay, I have you down for winning the stamp set. Thank you for the comments. You guys, I hope that wasn't too much of a lot of work to figure that all out. Holy Moses. So, whew. Okay. So you guys, what's coming up? Tip Tuesday, I will tip it before I go. I will tape it before I go so that you guys can see that live on Tuesday, or like record it on Tuesday. And then Kelly's got her Technique Thursday done for next week already. So she's so excited and can't wait to share that card with you. And then Kelly will be doing, what will she be doing, you guys? Let's get it so at least you can see it. She's going to be doing Mystery Card Night on Thursday. Okay? So, you guys, it was a blast. I had so much fun. You guys were so interactive with me tonight, like you usually are, but it was a lot tonight, which was awesome. I love all the questions that you guys ask throughout class. I love helping explain and teach you guys, and there is never a dumb question. So never feel stupid, ever feel stupid for ever asking a question with me, because I will tell you every answer that I possibly can come up with. That is usually right. So, so Connie said Joseph Coat card. You reminded me of that again. And so I have to look to see what that is. I thought it was a paper piecing together card. So we'll look up what Joseph Coat is for Connie. Okay. All right. And then for those that emailed me about the card kits, I will be checking my emails in a moment and throughout the night and into tomorrow, and we'll get in touch with those people for kits. So thanks for having me enjoy my trip to Door County. I appreciate it. I'm sure that if I brought cherries home for my mom too, that she would bake a pie. That is a really good idea. I like it. All right, you guys, lots of sunshine and love and hugs and happiness to you. Enjoy the rest of your week and your weekend. Love you guys. Bye.